Hawaii, you're listening to Radio Honolulu. Today, December the 7th, the weather is perfect, and we would like to bring this song for the listening pleasure of all U.S. military personnel on Hawaii.
Come from every quarter, from the north, south, east, and west, to clear
Jenny,
the way to
why aren't you eating?
the land we love the best. We've left our occupation and home so far and dear, but when the going's rather rough,
Mom, is Daddy going to leave us again today?
good morning.
Yes, Jenny. You know full well that he's on duty, even on Sundays.
Good morning, Mr. Zip, 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 you're surely looking fine.
Hey, you two. I have a surprise for both of you.
If the camels don't get to the Pacifik,
I took the day off so I could spend the entire day with two beautiful ladies.
We get to play with Daddy today!
Don't worry. The Arizona will somehow manage without me for one whole day.
You meet them down the pike in olive drab and khaki, all over the heights.
Mommy! Get up! Mommy, please, get up! Mommy! Please! Please, get up! Mommy! Please!
This is preposterous. Utterly preposterous. Our Pacific Fleet has been destroyed at Pearl Harbor, clearly demonstrating an unprecedented level of complacency and incompetence in our high command. On top of all this disastrous news, our territories in the Pacific are being captured by the Japanese daily. Gentlemen, this cannot be allowed to continue. Admiral Nimitz, you are hereby appointed the new Commander-in-Chief of the United States Pacific Fleet. I expect you to fully engage the Japanese and put an end to this nonsense immediately. You must save our nation. Do I make myself perfectly clear?
Mr. President, indeed, the situation is dire. However, I'm convinced that decisive actions will swing the balance in our favor.
Mr. President, the appointment of Chester Nimitz is the best thing that you could have done to put the Japanese in their place. Together we will protect our country from the Japanese threat.
It is my direct command to you, Admiral Nimitz, that the Japanese offensive in the Pacific be completely thwarted.
Yes, sir.
Ernest, Chester, do not let our country down.
Oh my God, it is worse than in the newspapers. Oklahoma, capsized, 429 dead. Arizona, exploded, 1,177 dead. We have lost so many brave seamen, and it all happened in 1 hour. How many more have to die before we end this war?
I hope that we can get back at those damn Japs, sir.
We have to regain our strength first, then retaliate at the right moment. And here comes my fleet. Enter.
Naval Intelligence Officer Lieutenant Commander Layton, reporting for duty as ordered, sir.
At ease, Lieutenant Commander. Give me the situation report.
The Japanese carrier task force is headed in a...
read the report, Layton. I am interested in the officer's mood, not the statistics.
Well, after everything that happened, sir, everyone expects to be relieved of duty. I'm also willing to take responsibility for our collective failures, sir. Who should I transfer my duties to?
Sit down, Lieutenant Commander. Lieutenant Commander, I've scrutinized the report and the attack on the Pearl Harbor. I have come to the conclusion that you and the other officers are not to blame. It could have happened to anyone. It's my sincere hope, Layton, that you and all the other men will remain in your assigned duties. America most assuredly needs you.
Well, Admiral, we all know this is a catastrophe, sir. Our Pacific fleet is all but destroyed.
No. I would not say that's true. Our aircraft carriers are still in good shape. So, despite the devastating blow, it's still too early for us to give up. This is especially true in your case, Layton. You have spent years in Tokyo, and you've studied the Japanese mentality and their traditions, and know them better than anyone else. Your knowledge is an invaluable asset. Edwin, let's assume that you are Admiral Yamamoto. What would your next move be?
Well, sir, I would focus on this southern region, sir. The Japanese are in dire need of fuel. So they're going to have to occupy New Guinea. And then all the nearby islands which are rich in oil. At the same time, they should try to capture Port Moresby, which is to support any subsequent invasion of Australia.
That is exactly what I have assumed as well. And that is where we're going to stop them.
From the Commander-in-Chief, United States Fleet, Admiral Ernest King, To the Commander-in-Chief, United States Pacific, the Port Moresby base in New Guinea. Further, be advised, 2 Japanese carriers left the base in Rabaul. The southwest...
From Admiral Nimitz to Admiral King. I sent Task Force 17.
Admiral Fletcher reports.
Great. Upon uniting our fleet, bear in mind...
We'll carry you through this battle, going the extra mile to carry out your orders, sir.
Evasive maneuvering is in order.
The forces are comprised of both core and non-core units. Core units' strength indicator is green and round-shaped, and for non-core units it is yellow and hexagon-shaped. Non-core units are allocated for one mission only, while the core units will accompany you throughout the campaign. You'll be able to level them up and provide them with new equipment. These units are the ones which should be under your primary protection.
Is there anything better than serving on a US battleship? I don't think so.
Ammunition and fuel icons next to unit strength will allow you to quickly get important information about it. If the unit is still able to move during the current turn, the canister icon will be green. If it can no longer move, the icon will be gray. Likewise, the ammunition icon shows whether the unit has attacked this turn. If the unit is low on ammunition or fuel, the corresponding icon is yellow. It becomes red once the unit has run out of it completely.
We aim for the sky.
A Japanese recon aircraft has been sighted close to our task force.
It cannot be allowed to escape. I do not want to alert the Japanese High Command with the advanced news of our attack. Send fighters to intercept the enemy.
From General MacArthur to Admiral Nimitz. My pilots spotted a group.
I'd rather not take the reports of MacArthur's army pilots at
Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. Yo-ho-ho and a bottle...
Ships consist of various ship parts such as...
We have established contact with Task Force 11.
Great. Take command of all ships. Yorktown alone would not...
We prefer to keep our distance.
Providing escort service. Going full speed ahead.
A destroyer is an escort ship equipped with medium caliber naval guns, anti-aircraft guns, torpedoes, and anti-submarine depth charges. It is inferior to capital ships in terms of combat potential. However, it is able to detect enemy submarines with sonar and destroy them with depth charges. A destroyer also provides fire support versus air attacks. Use destroyers for reconnaissance, convoy escort, anti-submarine, and anti-aircraft warfare.
The aircraft has escaped.
Not the best way to
It's a pity.
We're on a floating fortress. You can expect our timely arrival. You can expect our timely arrival.
The submarine is an invisible enemy unless it is detected via sonar. It can make powerful attacks with torpedoes and then instantly retreat to avoid detection. Torpedoes deal damage exclusively to ship hull, thus being a very effective tool to make quick work of damaging or destroying an enemy ship.
Do you require an escort? Going full speed ahead. How may I be of assistance? Are we on a scouting mission?
I'm fed up with seeing the same ugly mugs every day.
Capital ships are equipped with long-range, powerful main guns capable of striking through an armored deck. Secondary guns can repel approaching escort ships with barrage fire. Capital ships are vulnerable to submarine and aircraft attacks, but they require an escort of destroyers. However, artillery strikes from guns with low attack value cannot pierce their armored deck. They can also send a reconnaissance seaplane to scout the area.
We're on a floating fortress. We keep traditions of the Navy. Oh yes, we'll show them our main gun. One volley of our shelling worth more than my house. 300 millimeters of armor is no joke.
How may I be of assistance?
Above the unit attack. For ground and aircraft units, there are two types of damage, lethal and non-lethal. Both lethal and non-lethal damage decrease the unit's strength. However, non-lethal damage at the same time increases the number of units damaged, which can later be restored. Naval units always receive only lethal damage. However, they have multiple ship parts with their corresponding HP.
Sir, we have intercepted a radio exchange between the ships of a large Japanese fleet northwest of Tulagi Island. It's moving southward.
The Japanese main carrier force approaches. We will engage and destroy it.
Tulagi has fallen. My men fought like heroes, but the fleet did not support them. If you plan to defend Port Moresby in a similar manner, then we are doomed.
Is there anything better than serving on a US battleship? I don't think so. Finally, we get to use our guns. How can I got be? Whoa, bang the bastard for good. Finally, we get to use our guns. Our shelling leaves no survivors. With that much firepower, we can sink the whole country, I think.
Reporting as ordered.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Did you check for the enemy submarines? We will rock your world. Do we get to blow up some enemy vessels?
Escort ships are the glue that holds the Navy together. Reporting as ordered. Going full speed ahead.
Aircraft carrier, or simply carrier, is a mobile floating airfield at your disposal. Each carrier can carry several aircraft units on board. You can see the exact carrier capacity in its combat parameters. It also has a huge storage of ammunition and fuel on board, which is used to refuel and rearm aircraft units upon landing, as well as for the carrier's own needs. Carriers are vulnerable and a high priority target for the enemy, thus they should be kept at a safe distance attacking with their aircraft from afar. Yet they have powerful anti-aircraft guns which they can use.
You can see us?
300 millimeters of armor is no joke.
Sir, according to the radio interception, enemy carriers are preparing to launch an air attack on our ships. Transport ship Neosho and destroyer Sims bound for Port Moresby. The Japanese mistakenly identified them as a carrier and a cruiser.
We must protect our convoy!
I couldn't agree more. Nonetheless, I have to point out that sending carrier-based aviation against Neosho and Sims would temporarily leave the Japanese carriers helpless. It would be the perfect moment for us to take out the enemy carriers.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Where are we headed?
We await.
This unit is on the verge of defeat. Send the unit to the service zone where it can be reinforced. The service zone is a 1 hex range around an infrastructure.
Finally, some action. That ship is about to disappear. One volley of our shelling, worth more than my house. We if you know what I mean. 300 millimeters of armor is no joke. Enemy down. Did you have any doubts? Is there anything better than serving on a US battleship? I don't think so. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Guarding the perimeter. Keep firing! Got him. Continue the onslaught. Do you require an escort? Patrolling the area. How may I be of assistance? Guarding the perimeter. We fight! They got what was coming to them.
We'll carry you through this battle. Carriers are the main instrument of modern warfare.
Unseen for the enemy. Will there be enemy cargo ships? I'm fed up with seeing the same ugly mugs every day.
We keep traditions of the Navy.
Providing escort service. We are the fastest ship.
Is there anything better than serving on a US battleship? I don't think so.
We will do what it takes.
Your unit has been withdrawn from a supply zone. The delivery of supplies to the unit has been stopped. The supply zone is marked with a white box symbol in the upper corner of each hexagon while the unit is selected.
Ready for action.
Guarding bigger vessels. We fight! The enemy crumbled.
Do we get to blow up some... A big bang.
Providing escort service.
We're on a floating fortress. Do we get to blow up some enemy vessels?
Providing escort service. Guarding bigger vessels. Seeking out the enemy. Do you require an escort?
Mobile airfield at your disposal. We have an island on board, sir.
It is so boring in here. Can we attack? Will I become a hero? Guess not. Underwater we glide.
From General MacArthur to Admiral Nimitz. Air reconnaissance has spotted all ships and air...
From Admiral Nimitz.
We aim for the sky. Hey! Where?
Tactical bombers are flying artillery and a great tool for wreaking havoc on any enemy troops, although you have to be careful of the anti-aircraft units overwatch and fire support. It is better to scout the enemy positions before sending in bombers. Do not leave your tactical bombers without protection. Remember, they are a prime target for enemy fighter planes.
We're on a floating fortress. Do we get to blow up some enemy vessels? Is there anything better than serving on a US battleship? I don't think so. Is there anything better than serving on a US battleship? I don't think so. Is there anything better than serving on a US battleship? I don't think so.
Ready for action. Can we get bigger rations? Ready for action.
You don't need islands when you have carriers. This is the way to go. Carriers are the main instrument of modern warfare.
Is there anything better than serving on a US battleship? I don't think so.
Escort ships are the glue that holds the Navy together.
Orders?
Guarding the perimeter. Evasive maneuvering is in order. We were unable to save Neosho and Sims. Well, at least they have distracted the enemy forces.
Is there anything better than serving on a US battleship? I don't think so. One volley of our shelling worth more than my house. Let's see who has the bigger caliber. Our guns are too big to fail. We
Do you require an escort? Firing as we go. Fire all guns. Enemies should run when they see the US flag.
We have big guns, if you know what I mean. Let's see who has the bigger caliber.
Our world is full of wonders. Carriers are one of them. We're on the warpath! Got them on the run!
Providing escort service. Firing as we go. Time to pay for Kenny's death. They won't escape.
And send for the enemy.
We reach for the stars. Go suck a lemon. Guess they just chickened out.
Should we not get paid better?
We keep traditions of the Navy. All these fancy new carriers will not replace good old 400mm naval guns. Do we get to blow up some enemy vessels? Where are we headed? these fancy nuke carriers will not replace good old 400mm naval guns.
On the lookout. Guarding the perimeter.
Our world is full of wonders. Carriers are one of them. Our world is full of wonders. Carriers are one of them.
Providing air cover. On the lookout.
U.S. Marines are bested only by U.S. submarines. Underwater we glide. I'm claustrophobic, you know. Should we not get paid better?
Ready to launch our Air Force.
We keep traditions of the Navy.
We are the fastest ship. Seeking out the enemy.
We aim for the sky. In full flight.
Well, at least we have an insignia. Like a huge fishy. Should we not get paid better?
Your trust is well placed.
Ready to launch our Air Force. This is the way to go.
Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. With that much firepower, we can sink the whole country, I think.
Are we on a scouting mission?
We're on a floating fortress.
This target has the fire support of enemy fighter planes. It is confident to attack any enemy plane next to an enemy fighter.
We're on a floating fortress. Fire! It's raining hell! One volley of our shelling worth more than my house. How would you like our big toys? How would you like our big Finally, we get to use our guns. Whoa, bang the bastard for good. Did you check for the enemy submarines? We keep traditions of the Navy. Aye, aye, sir. We Fire! It's raining hell!
Escort ships are the glue that holds the Navy together, seeking out the enemy.
You don't need islands when you have carriers.
Your trust is well placed. On the prowl.
U.S. Marines are bested only by U.S. submarines. It is so boring in here. Can we attack?
We better be kept away from the enemy. We're always on time.
Escort ships are the glue that holds the Navy together.
Ship is barely afloat. Its whole HP is extremely low. Any further damage is likely to be fatal. You should move the ship away from the front lines, where it can wait for the end of the operation and much needed repairs.
From General MacArthur to Admiral Nimitz.
Our ammunition storage is almost empty. We have big guns, if you know what I mean. Finally, we get to use our guns. Let's see who has the bigger caliber. Whoa, did you see that? It vaporized them.
We kill everything that moves with a lifetime guarantee. Is there anything better than serving on a US battleship? I don't think so. Let's see who has the bigger caliber. One Bolivar shelling worth more than my house. One Bolivar shelling worth more than my house. That ship is about to disappear. When you see a battleship, the best thing you can do is run. Our ammunition storage is almost empty.
Our world is full of wonders. Carriers are one of them. We reach for the stars.
From General MacArthur.
Mobile airfield at your disposal.
We have trouble hearing your orders at this altitude.
Fighter planes are vital for gaining air superiority. Keep your fighters close to allied aircraft you want to protect, and they will provide fire support. Fighters are able to attack ground targets, although with low efficiency. They can use the Overwatch breakthrough skill to counter enemy anti-aircraft fire and clear the way for tactical bombers.
I fly the newest model in my sleep. You can see the world's harmony in the skies.
Carrier-based aircraft is different from ordinary aviation, as it can land and take off from carriers. It can resupply ammunition and fuel and restore its damage on board a carrier. It can also change its equipment while on a carrier. However, in order to be reinforced, it has to land at an airfield.
Better to die than to live and not fly.
All systems are go.
Oh, we will teach them manners. Posthumously.
Our ammunition storage is almost empty. Fight!
Your ship is out of ammunition. It should move to the supply.
From Admiral Nimitz to Admiral Kang. During the battle in the Coral Sea, our task force has sunk 2 Japanese carriers.
From Admiral King to Admiral Nimitz. I admire your skillful actions, which have resulted in heavy losses for our enemies.
Let's see who has the bigger caliber. We bigger.
We better be kept away from the enemy. We prefer to keep our distance. We're always on time. We're on the warpath! Fire! We prefer to keep our distance.
Hey, the skies are ours.
The skies are calling. We'll hope for the best. I fly the newest model in my sleep. The sound of falling bombs is soothing in a way.
No ammo. Our guns are silent. Full steam ahead, Captain.
We prefer to keep our distance. Can't we just stay away and launch planes? Fire!
Our attitude is as crazy as our altitude.
The sound of falling bombs is soothing in a way.
Better to die than to live and not fly.
With great power comes greater bombs. We're eager to fly.
Better to die than to live and not fly. Hey, the skies are ours. These guys are so funny.
On the ground, everything's so hectic. I fly the newest model in my sleep.
Our attitude is as crazy as our altitude.
This is hell, as in Hellcat.
Was this the target we were supposed to kill? Who cares?
We're eager to fly.
No ammo. Our guns are silent. You can expect our timely arrival.
We have an island on board, sir. We prefer to keep our distance. Can't we just stay away and launch planes? Fire! We aim for the sky.
I was born a pilot.
We reach for the stars.
We're eager to fly.
We had been pilots before we were born.
We aim for the sky.
We had been pilots before we were born.
If the infantry is the heart of the armed forces, the air force is their soul. I cannot live without the skies.
We had been pilots before we were born.
You can see the world's harmony in the skies.
No ammo. Our guns are silent.
Aye, aye, sir.
No ammo. Our guns are silent. Did you check for the enemy submarines?
Mobile airfield at your disposal.
Guarding the perimeter. On the lookout.
Well, at least we have an insignia. Yay, you've noticed me. My mother will be proud.
Evasive maneuvering is in order.
Submariners are the elite of the Navy. Yes, it is us.
Our world is full of wonders. Carriers are one of them. Mobile airfield at your disposal.
Submariners are the elite of the Navy. Yes, it is us.
Do you require an escort?
Carriers are the main instrument of modern warfare.
Our lives are in the skies. We had been pilots before we were born.
On the ground, everything's so hectic. I fly the newest model in my sleep.
This is a long-range bomber. It has higher fuel capacity and more defense, but lower attack parameters due to the higher altitude of bombing runs. Such bombers are better escorted with long-range fighters, or fighters fitted with extra fuel tanks during their long-range missions.
No ammo. Our guns are silent.
From General MacArthur to Admiral Nimitz. The Japanese vanguard.
No ammo. Our guns are silent. No ammo. Our guns are silent. No ammo. Our guns are silent.
Your ship is running out of fuel. It should move to the supply